Hello, Simone here, and welcome to a new coaching episode. Today, I want to share my take on getting clarity on your path. Sometimes we feel as though we have reached a place in our lives where the path ahead of us is unclear. I mean, right now, this is the case for a lot of us during this global shift. Living from day to day, not quite sure where your life is heading. Now, some people are happy in that place where they just allow themselves to end up wherever the tide takes them. And there are those who feel that they would like to take a more proactive approach and determine where their boat ends up. Only you can decide where you are right now. So, how do you find clarity on which path to take at various points in your life? The first thing to do is to be flexible. When you are in a place where things are unclear and life feels a bit turbulent and unsettling, remaining flexible is very important. In stormy weather, it is the tree that bends with the wind that does not break. Allow yourself to be like that tree, and you will be standing strong when the storm clears. Being flexible requires an ability to see life's obstacles as a rite of passage. It requires a surrender to the moment so that you can let things pass through you with least resistance. And a breakthrough occurs because of the perception of the wall. When we realize this, the wall becomes part of the process rather than an obstacle. So, whatever confusion you might be experiencing right now about what's next, breathe through it. Do your best to let go of the frustration. The answers are there and will come to you when you're ready to listen. You must also get in touch with your intuition. Now, there is a thought in coaching that we have all the answers we need inside of us, within us. That if can ask a question, on the other side of the same coin is the answer. In order to get in touch with our inner wisdom or intuition, we must allow ourselves to be open to receive. Intuition is a huge subject on its own, so I'll just share a few ideas on how you can start tapping into yours. For me, intuition is an inner knowing and sensory based response to the answers that I might be seeking. And our bodies create different sensations to something that is a yes and to something that is a no. You can sense this by asking yourself a question that you know the answer is an absolute no for you, and then the same where you know it's a definite yes. And just pause and take notice how differently yes and no feel in your body. It's all about tuning in. Look at it this way. If you're listening to music, you may choose a specific CD or artist to listen to, and by doing this, you tune out other music for the time being. If you switch on the radio, you may tune into your favorite radio station. Well, what I'm asking you to do is to tune into a different radio station, one which you may or may not have yet discovered, and allow your antenna to pick up its signals. How will you know which are the right stations or songs to tune into specifically? Well, you don't. But we all have a filter. You allow everything to pour in and allow your filter to decide what to let in and what is too coarse to fit through. Ask yourself a question: what is the next step for me to take right now? And allow whichever thoughts to pop up to come through. And you'll find yourself that some are more attracting to you than others, and these are the ones that have got through the filter. Now, what is your sensory response to this? Trusting your inner wisdom or intuition takes awareness and practice, so you must hold the vision and trust the process. And then there's the aha moment. Without the confusion, there would be no clarity, and vice versa. They are two sides of the same coin. And these breakthrough moments are precious and, interestingly, seem to appear out of the blue by nature and are spontaneous. It's like the light has just been turned on and you start to notice and understand things clearly. Your realizations then help you to make decisions on how to move forward in your life or which path or venture to go next. And it's really important to trust your decision. Very often doubts arise when you're in a place of exploring something new. It's a natural process and nothing to be concerned about. But this is when you must trust that you're making the right decision for you right now, as your inner wisdom knows what's best for you. I remember when I was training to be a sound healer that we learned a lot about the science behind sound and frequency. And we also learned about the intuitive part that comes along with healing modalities. And what often happens in a session is that things come up intuitively to support the client's needs and highest good. And I remember the doubts and the internal dialogue that would often come up and, saying things in my mind like, this can't be true, or what if I'm making all of this up? And so on. These things happened. But what helped me to really get in touch with my intuition was to reframe those questions and ask instead, what if these things were true? And to remind myself that it was just information coming through my filter, that the things that came through strongly, those things that popped up into my head, were the things I needed to pay attention to. And after some time, by practicing to let things flow, noticing my sensory awareness and response, and trusting that what came through was right for right now for my client. And this was what allowed me to go even deeper into accessing frequencies and allowing my antenna to pick up its signals. So when you want to get clarity on your path, you must be flexible because, as I said earlier, life will throw its curveballs and you need to learn how to catch and throw it back out into the universe. Keep that energy flowing. You must get in touch with your intuition because the answers are there, waiting to be heard, seen, and felt. And then trust your decision. Trust that whatever comes through is right for you. The more you lean into this trusting relationship with your intuition, the more it will show up for you. So give this a go, play around, trust, lean into it, and I hope you're well wherever you are right now.